Camera rolling. Audio's going. Action.
Rhonda, it's good to have you on the show. Now, you and I did dialysis together, and you and I are both social workers together, and we were also peers together, right?
Right.
That's how we met. That's how we met. How did you learn that you needed dialysis, Rhonda?
It was back in 2011. I was informed by a set of doctors that he kind of like made a deal with me, and he said, well, when your creatinine gets to a certain level, we're going to put you on, okay? Me not knowing anything about dialysis other than my family members and my mom, you know, had all been put on it, but they have since passed away. But I was never familiar with the treatment exactly. So I knew I was getting it because maybe about a month or two before, they started prepping my arm and building a vein or something, an access for them to use.
Right, which is a what? Is it a fistula?
It's what you call an AV graft. It's a loophole Teflon type thing that they go in and they tie it to your vein.
Wow.
Because my veins were very, very small, and it wouldn't provide enough strength to do an access for a fistula.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of knew we were getting there, but I wasn't sure when. And then, like I said, the doctor sort of made a bet with me, or whatever you call it, an arrangement that if my creatinine, which was fluctuating, but for the most part stable, he said, we're going to put you on. And me, like I said, not knowing anything, I said yes. And so in February of 2011, I was placed on dialysis. And that's where I met you.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Ms. Baxter. How are you?
All right now, Ms. Rhonda.
And during that time, I was having so many complications. And I mean, even the techs, the dialysis technicians were saying to me, well, you know, they couldn't figure out how to do this treatment for me. Some things had worse effects than others, but the end result was I always felt bad coming off the machine.
I was worried about you because you were such a beautiful young lady, and you had your husband, you had your children and everything. But one thing about dialysis, sometimes that walk is a lonely walk or a lone walk. It doesn't mean they don't love you, because some people don't have family. Some people don't get that gift that we have. I had my husband, I had my sisters and stuff, like, you with the polycystic kidney disease. I had a lot of siblings on dialysis too, and a lot of aunts and uncles and all of that kind of stuff, and mother-in-law, so that can be. But when you're experiencing it, sometimes even though you got things in common with other people or family members, it can be a hard and a lonely and a scary walk, so I remember them. I always spoke to you anyway, but they asked me to talk to you because I was the patient advocate anyway for the center. But I just gravitated to you right away. Still gravitating, still gravitating to you. But you was always hardworking with being a social worker, because you help people, right? Tell me a little bit about your job.
My job. Well, first let me say that during that time, dialysis was very new to me, and the only predisposition to it was all of the people that I had known had died. So just think about that for a while, as I'm telling you, what was happening with me, and it was a big acceptance process. For me, and I did feel like I was the only one in the world that was going through this, and I did not like it because all I could see was the possibility of me dying. I hated the treatment so much, the painful needles, just everything, and I cried a lot, and I also gave the techs a lot of difficulty when it came time to do the treatment. Pretty much because of people like you, I learned how to follow my treatment. I learned what they were doing in my treatment. I learned what felt best for me. Thank God he brought you into my life. They told me I did have a voice. So it kind of lessened.
You're a fighter now.
Right. And also being a social worker, so moving into that aspect, I knew that I had a responsibility to give to these people.
Yes.
I knew, and I love that's, you know, one of the things I love. I'm a child welfare parent advocate, and I work for an agency, and I service a lot of clients, and one of the things that I do is reach out to the parents.
That's
and hook them up with services that they would not have ordinarily known about, you know, as it pertains to helping them get back together. I was in the business of getting families reunited.
Yeah.
By personal experience, I understood what these parents were going through. But to see the joy of them making these accomplishments day after day, someone working with them, I didn't really have a script. Everything I did was based on feelings. I mean, there were some things that were scriptural as far as the policy, you know, of the agency.
Of course,
but
they all make us follow,
you know,
something.
But most of the time, it was about relationship building and empathy, you know, and understanding where they're coming from. Because, you know, 26 years ago, I encountered that same experience.
Wow.
So it all boiled down to, God, what do you want me to do? I'm on this machine.
Yeah.
I don't know my head from my toe.
Come on now.
You know, I'm so confused. God, how do you want me to help and serve your people, God?
Yeah.
God, I just don't know what I'm going to do. Little by slowly, I came into that acceptance. Again, you were instrumental in helping me find myself on dialysis.
Thank you.
And I began to say to myself, if she's doing all this, and she's been on for bada, I know I can do something. And then we got to talking, and I found out you did darn near the same thing with a different agency. And I was like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And, you know, like the part in the Bible says Jesus told Lazarus, pick up your bed and walk.
Okay.
Well, I guess I picked up my little...
that guy at the the guy at the water. Yeah, the guy at the water. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I guess I said, well, you know what? And that's how I learned, you know, and so going forward with faith in God, and I realized today that He put people in strategic places that's for you, like little angels.
Wow.
That build you and encourage you.
That's heavy.
And then here's the miracle. As God would have it, I knew it was too much for me. The text was saying, we don't know what to do with you because it appears that you don't really need it. My labs were always perfect.
I remember that. I remember that. And I was telling you about the doctor, the other doctor.
Never. And I says to Lisa, I said, well, Lisa, I want to get a second opinion. Do you know who I could go to? Because the center that I was in was advising me like, no. You have to. You can't go anywhere else. And you gave me the name, was the angel of my life today, Dr. David Scott.
That's right.
And the only thing you said to me, neither one of us know, you said, well, he's having a research study. You think you would be interested in participating? And in my mind, I'm saying, oh, Lord, I don't want no
guinea pig stuff, right?
I don't need that. I just need somebody to certify me to get off. And but I for some reason, as God would have it, because He is the head of my life.
Amen. Mine too.
He directed me right to it. He said, just go. And I said, well, do you think He'll give me a second opinion? She was like, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You know, he's a doctor. He's a nephrologist. And here I am. I was taking off dialysis in March, I believe.
What's that, 2011?
2012.
2012?
I was taking off dialysis, and I got that second opinion, and I was doing great. And I continued on, but as we all know, this is a progressive disease.
Oh yeah.
So
polycystic kidney disease, where the cysts get all over your kidneys. They call it poly because they're multiple. And yeah, because I have the same type of disease, and they grow and grow until, I guess, till your kidneys actually break down. Like you said, it's progressive.
Right.
It's definitely progressive.
This year, my kidneys finally said, we can't carry your weight anymore. I was full of toxins by that time.
Jesus.
And I started getting sick. And me and my doctor, again, we had this one little agreement. He said to me, I don't treat numbers, I treat people.
All right.
So you to let me know how you feel every time you see me. Yeah. And I was completely honest with him. And so when it came time that I had gotten sick, I didn't want to tell him. Yeah. But I was like, that's not the agreement. Right. And I prayed on it. And I even asked God, you know, is it time? And he said yes. So I called my doctor on my way to the emergency room. And I told him I'm ready, you know, because something about being sick was not something that I really enjoyed, you know. No. Shortness of breath, I couldn't breathe by that point.
Yeah. When the toxins backed up,
yeah, they were
fluids are starting to get on you, and it's very hard to breathe in that aspect.
Yeah, it was terrible for 3 nights and 3 days.
Yeah, it does a lot of things to you.
I couldn't sleep, and I made a decision, you know, and I told the doctor, and he says, okay, let's do this, and I've been on since then, and you know, with a few minor complications here and there.
Because you called me from the hospital.
Right, but I'm back on.
And I've been calling you even before you went to the hospital, bothering you.
That's okay. Like sometimes I had to re-go through acceptance again. Yes. This time around, it wasn't as easy. It became something that I had to work for and work with, and constantly stay in prayer, because during the time I was hospitalized, I was so depressed. I was like, Lord, if you get me out of here, just get me out of here, God. You know,
rescue me.
Making foxhole prayers with God, and God, if you do this, I'll do this. But this time, I made it, and they let me out, and I'm at a new dialysis center. And like I said, things are going pretty smoothly. I'm still working on that self-centeredness about, you know, why God, why me. You know, I'm the only person going through this. Wanting to give up, it was like the worst feeling in the world. Always seeing myself as less than instead of you can do this. And
it's doable.
Slowly but surely, my faith is carrying me. Lisa stayed in touch with me. She stayed with, if it wasn't encouraging words, it was encouraging messages and texts, and you know.
Because you like them sometimes. They say, "Oh, Lisa, not another one."
I mean, in a way, it drove me crazy because because I wasn't there yet. Like I didn't feel this happy, joy stuff you always talking about. Like, please, Lisa, enough with the flowers and the sunshine. I ain't there, you know. But a day at a time, I welcome those. They wake me up. They stimulate me out of a funk that I'm ready to go into. One of the biggest challenges is being helpless now, because now I have to wait for things to get done, because I cannot do them myself. I can't.
No, I can't stand that.
And I'm the one that I went out and got the bacon and fried it up in the pan and served it. That's where I come from. That's my background. It's a little personal. My husband had to take over the bills that I paid, and I was extremely upset about that. Yeah. Extremely. And so when I did get a little money, because you know I had exhausted my sick time, I had to stop working. I wanted to like give him back the money, and he's like, no, you know, you're disrespecting me now.
Well, in a partnership, that's what we do. You know, in a partnership, that's what we do. No, but you give a woman, you know, a seed. She gives you a baby. You give her some groceries. She's gonna make you the best meal you ever had. So we're givers and we're helpers. But sometimes the man want to be the man. My husband used to tell me that.
And I tell you,
I had to let him be the man.
So my biggest struggle, long story short, is loss of independence. Okay. Which I'm working towards. You know.
Well, it won't last always. Everything is a season. And you should know that, even from knowing the word and everything. But everything is a season. Some seasons last longer than others. Some seasons, God, sometimes He don't even take the thing away. He just make you stronger in it. And I'm like, what? I'm like you with that. You know what I mean? When they was wheeling me into the operating room to start this thing 13 years ago with that dialysis and stuff, I said, God, you promised me I wouldn't be on no dialysis. He said, no, I want you to witness a miracle. And from the time he told me that, I done wrote about 3 or 4 books. I have my own dialysis reality show. You know, I've been helping people. I have my own company, Blessed Kidney Connections. I have my new website, which is lisabaxter.com. info. So if you want to add some money, because I pay for everything myself, you know, I don't mind a little help. I will not say no to it. But if you need help and you don't have any money, I'll come to your organization. I'll help that patient or anything like that. And Rhonda, you're the same type of woman. We got the same like spirit.
I'm just in the struggle, and once again,
and you're gonna come out.
I have a beautiful, wonderful 5-year-old grandson who's been with me now since 2014. Originally, he was with me earlier on, but he was given back to his mom, and so now I have joint custody.
Beautiful.
And
look at you.
He's the light of my life. And,
I know you love him because he's waiting for you.
Yeah, when God took me off dialysis and I was blessed with him, and I said, "Oh God, that's why you did that." And then He also showed me that I could still contribute to caring for this child while he's with me on dialysis. So I'm kind of like trading places now. I'm kind of looking forward to going back to work more and more each day. I worry about my clients, you know, and what they're doing, if they're getting taken care of right.
Right. And that's understandable. But you got to rest first. So, you know, what is that? You go get strength and then strengthen your brethren. Okay. So you got to get yours first and then go and do your clients. That's what I did when I was home for those couple of months that I had my kidney from June. I went back to work by September. You know what I mean? And it's been a little rough too, because they sometimes they want a lot and the job pulls a lot, and sometimes you don't have it. But you give what you have, you do what you're able to do, and push on, and it'll be okay. God got you. God got this. Now, if you had to say something to a woman out there that maybe had polycystic, maybe stopped working, maybe didn't like dialysis, hate it, or whatever it is that you have in common with, what would you say to them? And then I'll definitely let you go.
Prayer.
Okay.
Prayer is like the biggest thing in my life. When all the chips are down and you can't seem to find your way out of a paper bag, just pray. And as the belief part comes to you, you just get quiet, you get still. Some things that I've been practicing is being honest with myself, so that I can be honest with others around me. Having more compassion for another human being than I've had before. Learning how to be grateful, you know, because it didn't have to be this way. It could be much worse. And know that when you pray, you're going to get the lesson. You're going to get the lesson. And on the flip side of that, as you grow through this experience, you get the blessings, you know. But you have to stay grateful. It does something for your spirit, for your mind. Instead of telling yourself, I can't, tell yourself, I can.
Yes.
You know, and most importantly, take care of yourself.
Please.
Prior to this, I was a superwoman. Like I said, I could do it all. And today, I'm starting to find peace with just sitting back and taking care of me, because I haven't done it for so long. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad to have you, girl. I'm so glad to have you. And I'm glad you're here, and we're going to do this together. We're family. We're going to do this together. And everybody out there that's dealing with this stuff, you know, we're just going to take it by storm and deal with the storm, ride the storm out. You know what I mean? Because there's got to be some sunshine after a while. There's got to be some sunshine after a while. Rhonda, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I thank you, my
viewers.
love you. Oh, I love you more. You better go ahead now. Give me some love. All right. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part. Share the show with somebody. Learn something from it. Get something out of it and use it. And I just thank you for support, looking, listening, and learning. This is National Kidney Month. This is your girl Lisa Baxter around town. Take care of your kidneys and they'll take care of you. And take care of your transplant. Peace.